I'm all discombobulated this afternoon, even more than normal. Even more than normal. My glasses are like the fire back. I had to put my blue ones in the sink and wash them this morning. They were so dirty when I came in. I got held up a little bit, so I just talk among yourselves for 2 seconds while I just get myself organised. I'm still coughing. At this rate, I think I'm going to be coughing forever, to be honest. And Kevin says, I've got to tell you, T-Boy in training says, I've got to tell you that he's coughing as well. Here he is, look.
I just want to... Obviously, I sound like Orville. Oh, it's 10 times worse than Jane's.
Absolutely. 10 times worse than anything that I had. Right, so put some goggles on and then we can see you. So, how the devil is everybody? How the devil are you? Please, T-Boy in training, may I have some toilet roll?
Toilet roll. Toilet roll.
We've come to the conclusion that whatever this is COVID, we think. We think it's a variation of COVID. Because it's all the same symptoms.
St Bernard.
It's all the same symptoms. Thank you, that'll do.
Oh, boom.
I like to be conservative with the toilet roll. It's a long story. I might share it with you one day. Ooh, it's dripping. Yeah, so I think I feel a lot better, thank you, Matt. Kevin's definitely worse than I am, John. And
I'll be okay, don't worry about me. No, just carry on with your brew. Just carry on with your brew it too.
So I'm still eating fisherman's friends like they're going out of fashion. And I've got some soluble headache tablets here, which I'm just going to take in a minute. As I said, I got held up, so I was a little bit on a mad dash and came running up to the office to start with brew at 2 o'clock. You may notice I am sporting one of our new t-shirts. Is that not a Bobby Dazzler modelled for you? I follow visitfylecoast.info. I did think about getting a pen and crossing it out and putting I am Visit Fyle Coast. I am. I'm that woman. I'm that Jane Littlewood. I said about that the better. Brenda knows what I'm driving at, don't you, Brenda? So, right, where are we? It's like a pigsty in here. I think when we finished Brew at 2 this afternoon, I think I'm going to have a tidy up because I tell you, I feel all cluttered up in my feng shui. But as you can tell, I'm a bit more on form than I was last week for what ended up being a somewhat truncated Brew at 2. So I've got my crib sheets. I've got everything organised. I've got my cauldron cola to show you. Here comes T-Boy, I think. Yeah, here comes T-Boy with the teas. So we're all set and ready to rock and roll.
Welcome to Virus Central.
Yes, welcome to Virus Central. So Chrissy and I had first, and now Kevin and the T-Boys have got it. T-Boy in training, and of course it's 100 times worse than anything a woman would ever have. Is that not true, T-Boy? Yeah, absolutely true. So they're both suffering terribly. I've just realised I didn't get a chance to give him his instructions. I've got the back bag ready. Could you just excuse me a moment? Just excuse me a moment while I just give him his instructions, because we're going to the Stay Blackpool show on Thursday. So if anybody is around in Blackpool, feel free to call in at the Empress Ballrooms. Myself and the trainee will be manning our stand. So you can come and say hello. We could perhaps take a selfie and then we can upload that to the Tinterwebbly. and you can come and catch some germs. No, I'm kidding. I really don't think that I'm still virused.
No.
I think I'm just suffering from the after cough now, the after burn. But T-Boy needs to print me some prints out. We'll show our friends that as well while we're at it, because I want to take them with me to put on the stall. So we want some features of Blackpool, the stained glass Blackpool. I'm writing this down because if I don't, he'll never have any idea. I'll never have any idea what he's supposed to be doing. So if you do make 2 A4 prints of each, 2 A3 and A4 framed, that's going to throw him. There you go, dear. That's your instructions.
Behind you.
That's your instructions, right? Yes. And this is an order. I thought you might like to have a look at this. This is an order which somebody's collecting tomorrow, and this is the lovely Mary's shell with a reflection of the the window above my desk, right in central vision. So this is a painting painted by T-Boy. And this is a print from our original watercolour. So there you go. So that's what we get up to in this small but perfectly formed office. Can I give you that back, T-Boy, please? Because you don't want me to drop it, do you?
No.
Drop it on the floor to a crash. So yes, it's been a busy week. So yesterday I was in Blackpool, freezing, I have to say. It was very, very, very shivery dithery it was. I don't think, just a minute, let me just adjust your sacks slightly. Oh, that's got carried into it. That's better. Because you need to be able to see my t-shirt, don't you? Yes, it was really, really cool in Blackpool, because I went out thinking, they said on the weather forecast that it was going to be mild and grey and windy and rainy, which it is, but they'd not factored in the wind and how cold the wind is, and I was absolutely shivering. Yes, Eric, I could have done with the sheepskin Liberty bodice, and yes, Matt, I did make it to Dale Street. I did make it to Dale Street. 6 bats on the advert, 2 bats in the office, save the bats. Well, actually, the bats, I've got a piece of string. I don't think you can actually see it there. Can you see this one's dangling off a wire? I've got a piece of string connected between between the smoke alarm and the window over the stairs. And the bats are all hanging on that. And then because I was on the last push, I didn't have time to move them. So they are still there, cold a Dale. I've not got rid of the bats. So anybody new to this show might be wondering why we are bats. And we are bats, of course, because Brew at 2 spells out bats. And if you have a Brew at 2 mug, that means that you go on the bat map like thus. And today we have new bats to add to the bat map. We are but a tiny little business doing our best for the place where we live and the place that we love. And we don't get any funding. We get your violin out, we don't get any funding. Thanks. When we're not well, we've got to just soldier on and work. Can you hear them violins playing? So all joking apart, when you buy merchandise, there is more merchandise on the way. I will do a video reveal in due course. When you buy merchandise, when you make a donation, when you help us to buy new bits of kit like the GoPro, that all helps us to help you to watch new content. So today, let me get my drum roll out of the bag. We have new bats to welcome to welcome to the gang. T-Boy in training.
Hello.
Do you think you could just do me a favour, please, sweetie?
Oh, absolutely.
Christine's just reminded me that I've forgotten to bring my iPad with me.
Yes.
So could you possibly shuffle to the living room and go and fetch it and bring it up here, because I've got something.
Of course.
I've got something to show the lovely bats.
On the iPad.
On the iPad.
Your iPad.
On my iPad, yes.
Do you want to know when the market's starting up again? No.
Hey, which one?
Lidley's.
20th of April.
20th of April.
20th of April. I've got news on that. I'll write it down.
Somebody's just asked me on email.
Oh, right, I see. Anyway, we were doing bats, weren't we? Drum roll and fanfare. Fetcher in training, yes, he's all right, but it does disturb you when you're trying to concentrate. So we've got 2 new bats. Well, we've actually got 3 bats to welcome today, but 2 of them came under cover of 1 person. So we've got Carol in Martin. Welcome to the gang, Carol. Now, Carol in Martin bought 2. Martin, if I'm right, Carol, if you're watching, I think Martin is where the windmill is, isn't it, when you come off the M55 as you're coming into Blackpool. So Carol's a Blackpudlian. So we've already got Blackpudlians on the actual map itself. So we'll put you on the edge, Carol, as you might say. Put Carol on. Let's put Carol on. There she goes. Let's put her on that side because I've done it that way around. This is where I have to be careful not to. What's he doing now? That's Carol. Carol from Martin is up here. And then the next one. Are you with us, Linda? Are you with us, Linda? Round of applause. Round of applause for Linda. Linda in Kilmarnock has joined us. She is now officially a bat. What would you do with this if it belonged to you?
No, I've brought your iPad. I'm not very well, but I went and fetched it anyway. I wonder if anybody wants to buy a cottage off a plan. It's got all the market. That's it. That's a cottage. That's a cottage.
Cottages in training, look. This is how cottages start out live. Just to prove, he does all the elbow work sewing, and I do all the refined fiddly bits.
I'm not clever enough to.
He's not clever enough. He's not clever enough to know what he's doing most of the time. Anyway, back to Linda. We were welcoming Linda, weren't we, to the background? Where's my pen? Right, so Linda is a big supporter of Visit FYLDE Coast. She knitted, you might remember, Linda knitted those lovely red and blue hats for me and Chrissy, and she sent us a fabulous hamper from one of their bakeries up in Scotland, and I'm still dreaming about the pineapple tarts. So not to want to show my ignorance of all things geographical, I've already looked up where Kilmarnock is, Linda, and I've put a little pen mark on my map, because you know what my geography is like. Absolutely shocking. So I reckon Kilmarnock is there. So I'm going to put you on the map, Linda. There you go, my love. Linda in Kilmarnock, Carol in Martin. New bats to welcome to the gang. Somebody's just asked whether Tram Sunday is going ahead this year. Yes, it is. You're going to ask me the date, aren't you? If you just hold on 2 seconds, I can tell you the date from my super duper spreadsheet. It is in July. I couldn't tell you the actual date without looking for it. It's on 17th of July. Tram Sunday this year. So you're ready for a fab day out in Fleetwood. It's a bit of a very bizarre thing, actually, Tram Sunday. Mark says, Kevin, that we make a good team and we should get married.
I'll try that. I'll try that.
He's here
then.
again. He's here again.
Will you marry me?
Can't, I'm already married.
Oh, okay. Think of something else then.
Sorry. Sorry.
Not
Sorry.
knowing what I know now, she says.
So, speaking of Linda, same Linda in Kilmarnock. Linda sent a lovely get well card to me and Chrissy, and I think that looks quite like Jane Rabbit. Would you not agree? It's Mrs. Rabbit, and inside she's put to Jane and Chrissy, because obviously we had it first. Hope you are feeling much better and back on your adventures soon. Well, amen to that, Linda. I hope we're on our adventures soon as well. So that's that. Right, where are we up to? I've told you about the Stay Blackpool show, so that's this Thursday at the Empress Ballrooms in the Winter Gardens. So, hey, it's hot, isn't it? I'm just thinking, I thought it were me. I thought I were having a dab.
I thought it was me calling.
Oh, where's Imbelper? Oh, we've put heating on because it's absolutely freezing in our living room, and it's quite well insulated in here, so we're a bit boiling. I'll use my sweater as a fan. Yeah. Stay Blackpool Thursday. So it's a big trade show for all kinds of different suppliers, tourism people. There's a food and drinks area where all the booze suppliers come, and it's a really good event. I always make sure that I always fit it in. So if anybody is connected or knows anybody to the tourism industry within the FYLDE Coast, pass the message on. Come to the Stay Blackpool show on Thursday. It's well worth it. It's well worth it. And we, drum roll and fanfare, we are launching our hospitality accommodation section on the Visit FYLDE Coast website, which could be a farce of epic proportions, or it could be the presentation, not the accommodation section. Yes, I will be doing a live broadcast on Thursday, Dazza. I'm going to risk it for a Swissgate, as they said on the advert in the 1970s, I think it was. I've checked with the guy that does the marketing at Winter Gardens whether or not there is now something of an internet signal in there, because last time I tried to do a live in there, it went and apparently now that they've upgraded the connection for the new conference centre, it is a lot better. So I'm going to take a punt that we will be able to do a live broadcast. I'm going to do it at 9 o'clock in the morning, so that people who want to come will see it and can arrive. So it will be before it's open, it will be before everybody's set up, but during the course of the day I'm going to do some filming, and I will do afterwards video, as you might call it. I'll go around and make sure we get the highlights of the day, because it's nice to see everybody all in one room. Risk it for a Swissgate. I don't know, Aldo. It's something that we've always said. Does anybody know which advert it came on?
Yes.
Oh.
There was a cabin. There was a cabin out in the snow in the wilds. And they were having a Swissgate, and some kind of bear was trying to attack them.
Yes, but what was the product that they were selling?
A Swissgate bar. I know, because it was food, and I remember things about food.
Yes, and on that subject,
Oh no.
On that subject,
I'm in the doghouse.
T-boy in training's on the naughty step. He's had a call up from the doctors. He went for his cardiovascular thing last week, which amounts pretty much to your blood pressure taken in a blood sample. So he's been sent for because his cholesterol's too high. I keep telling him that he shouldn't be eating everybody's leftovers. He shouldn't be eating everything that comes in front of him. He shouldn't be eating all day long. But does he listen? Does he, heck?
What?
Exactly. But like he said, you know, he remembered the biscuits. If you buy a 6-pack of bags of crisps, he doesn't just eat one. He eats all of them. Is that not right, T-boy in training?
Sorry, I was just concentrating on something.
Yes,
What
you
did
would
say?
be. Anyway, so speaking of,
Biscuit,
hold on.
1970s.
Now, go on. What?
1970s.
Yeah,
biscuit.
we know it's 1970s,
Oh.
but what's a Swissgate?
It was a bar, chocolate bar.
T-boy says it's a chocolate bar.
That's what I said.
That's what T-boy in training said. I don't know. So, speaking of illnesses, if you follow Chrissy Blogger on Facebook, you might know that we went on a jolly. We went for an afternoon out on Saturday. We went to the Vic. Goodness, we know how to live here at Rabbit Towers. So she went for a CT scan. And I think the contrast eye that they gave her somewhat disagreed with her because she's felt rather rotten since, and sort of sickly and off it. So I'm trying to pour fluid down her to wash it through her body. So hopefully within a couple of days she'll feel a lot better than she has done. So she's had the scan done anyway. Now we've just got to sit and wait for the verdict. But our colds are much better than they were. I'm still, as you can tell, coughing in fine voice, still tired. These two are suffering like you would never believe. Is that not right?
I don't like to comment because it's a long term.
Spreading life on air.
Yes, exactly. Don't do that. That's naughty. So the cough, yes, the top is for sale. The top is for sale, Phil. They're on our shop online on Visit FYLDE COAST, and there is another one with it at the moment, but I have other designs which I am going to upload in the fullness of time. Trumpet Voluntary is just blowing his nose. So yes, I'll put the link under the video to the merchandise, because the cups are in the same place. This is a medium one that I've got on, and it's sort of alright up here, but it gets, well, I get wider the further down you go. So I would say for a lady sort of size 12-14ish, medium's fine. Gents, probably, if you were slimmer than me, you'd be alright.
Depends how bad your cholesterol is.
Yeah, it depends how bad your cholesterol is. So anyway, the cough hasn't stopped me from getting out and about, and you will know that I've been using the new GoPro. Well, I'm still learning. I still got my stabilizers on. But I have to say, I'm really impressed with it at the moment. I'm really impressed with it. So I've used it to record several different journeys from here to there. And there is actually one scheduled to premiere tonight at 5:45, which is the drive through Cleveland's sort of main crossroads, all the way up to Blackpool, all the way up to Waterloo Road, which is from yesterday morning, on a grey day. And it's quite surprising actually how on different days, different weather, it all looks so just totally different. So I think you'll quite enjoy that. I think you'll quite enjoy that. So lots of things to point out. Kevin said you need to make sure that you're driving carefully. That you're driving carefully when you're driving. And I said, I'm just saying what's going off in my mind. Because it's that little voice, isn't it, that sits up here and it's continually all day long going and talking to you. Do you have a little voice like that? I'm sure you do. I'm sure everybody's got one.
It's a woman thing.
I'm sure everybody's got one. Have you got one? Have you got a little voice that sits on your shoulder going all day long?
As we're driving down this road, can anybody else hear those sirens?
But interestingly, having a camera on you driving and talking about what you're seeing and what you're looking at as you're driving on, it makes you really concentrate on what you're doing. Kevin thought it might distract your attention. I said, well, you'd struggle, wouldn't you? You'd struggle. But for me, it really makes me concentrate on what I'm doing and making sure that I'm obeying the speed limit. I'm going perfectly where I should be. I'm giving everybody wide berth. I'm following all the road signs. So it's a bit like being on your driving test.
I accept that argument.
A bit like being on your driving test. I think everybody should have one fitted and they'd all drive a lot more carefully. So then I discovered that the GoPro knack to making money is that you buy your little camera and you think, oh, that's a reasonable price. I don't think that's too bad at all. And then you discover that everything else that you need to make it work is extra. So I've already bought the chest harness, which I've not used yet because it's not being beach weather. So I've already bought the chest harness and I've already bought the little stick thing to hold on to it. So the only, and with the GoPro in a vehicle you swear less. Oh, Calderville, have you been sat in the car with me while I've been driving? I really don't know what you mean. Me swear as if. So then, now I've discovered that I need a spare battery because the battery goes flat like that. So I
need one as well.
Yeah, exactly. Cheeky. Did you hear that? So a drive to Blackpool and a drive back pretty much uses all the battery in one battery, and they get really warm as well. So I reckon they're creating a lot more heat than they need to do. And then somebody enlightened me, it might have been Calderdale, that the other thing that you need is the gadget to plug into it, which enables you to plug a proper microphone in. Because one or two of you have commented that it's a little bit muffled. So I'm doing my best. So far so good. All in all, I think we're impressed. I did notice the big bouncy slide, the inflatable, at the side of Central Pier. So I thought that might make a nice video. Sliding down the slide. I'm sure you probably can plug it into a car, Matt, but that's another attachment. There's an attachment for this, an attachment for that, an attachment for something else. Oh, John's on Easter holidays, 2 weeks off. The joys of working in further education. Yes, T-Boy would have told you about that, wouldn't you, T-Boy?
Yes.
So, anyway, I have another announcement for you. Are you ready? Drum roll and fanfare. Yes, Eric's just said he wants to see me on a trampoline. If you remember last year, I sincerely thought that I'd videoed me on a trampoline, and when I got back, the video had not taken. Anyway, drum roll and fanfare. Shock of shocks, there is going to be an Easter Sunday event in Cleveland's. Yes, I know, it's a shock, but there is going to be an Easter market and an Easter bonnet competition, and our lovely friend Elaine from Artisan Markets is organising that, and she's putting on an array of different market stalls with various different bits of good old-fashioned family entertainment. And that is the Sunday, that is the 17th of April, and Cleveland's Market is starting on the following Wednesday, which is the 20th of April. So you heard it here first. You heard it here first. The world is coming back to life. Oh, Jay. Jay's moving from Fleetwood on the 19th of April. He's set to leave the FYLDE Coast. He's had a brilliant 5 years here and loved it. Oh. I think you should mount a complaint. So anyway, there's something else I was going to tell you as well. You'll have seen the video. That I did at the Visit Blackpool season launch in the new conference centre. Brilliant venue. And you might have noticed me talking to some guys who were opening the new adventure crazy golf, call it what you will. And it's opening in the old Woolworths building, the old Poundland building on the seafront next to the tower. And they give you, as part of your round of golf, a bottle of Cauldron Cola. There you go. Cauldron Cola is sugar-free cola, but it's got magic in the bottom. It's shiny. Oh, I've just realised I'm shaking that up, and you know what's going to happen, don't you, when I take the top off?
Yes. You're not going to do it now.
White t-shirt's not going to be white anymore.
So it's all pretty and sparkly, so I'm going to open it.
Don't! You've got a death wish.
It's fizzy. It's fizzy. So the question is, can you get the cola out of the bottle? Ah, that's not too bad. Can you get the cola out of the bottle before the glitters drop back to the bottom? So when I showed it to thee, look at them both stood waiting for me to get covered in cola.
I've got to get a camera.
Hey, honestly. So, shiny cola. Oh, that pretty.
It's fizzy.
Yeah, it is fizzy. It is fizzy. I want to dribble, do I? Oh, it's right pretty. Oh, it's nice. It tastes just like cola. Now, interestingly, when T-Boy in training saw it this morning, he said, "What's that underneath?" I said, "It's glitter. It's edible glitter." What do they call it? Let's have a look. No, it doesn't say. Spin me for the magic sugar-free cola. I said, "It's glitter." So he went like that. And I knew straight away what he was thinking. Does it come out at the other end when you go to the low? Does it come out at the other end sparkly? We're back onto our favourite subject again, aren't we, people? In fact, I think my little low is in the back bag. Might remember our little low. Does it come out at the other end sparkly? So, do you wee sparkly wee? Or does it come out on the Bristol stool chart as sparkles? I'll let you know next week. So are you too? Yeah, put the top on before you knock it over, says John. Very nice. So you two can sparkle. You two can sparkle like me. It's a while since we looked at that, isn't it? It's a while since we looked at that. I'll prop it up there and then you can just see the top. Number one. So, what else was I going to tell you about last week? Can't remember. It was, I tell you something though, it was lovely to go to the season launch, and Eric's just said when he goes to the Low, his version of the Bristol Stool Chart has hundreds and thousands on it. Very special, Eric, very special. Which kind of reminds me that last week when I went to the season launch, I had a very nice Notoriani's ice cream with hundreds and thousands on it. Wouldn't have been on the Bristol Stool Chart though. So last week when I was suffering, we didn't get round to the scams, did we? We didn't get round to the scams, but today I have some scams to share with you. I have some scams. Now, hundreds and thousands of what, Eric? All joking apart, we have been taking the mickey out of all the scam emails and scam stuff that people get. But we agreed last time we did this that since the war had broken out with Russia, that the amount of scams seems to have increased exponentially. So taking the mickey out of scams makes you think twice before you open something, then it's done the job. And today we've got another 7 million to add to the scam, tally. Let me just find my email from this lovely donor. And this is from Mrs. Rosaline Tanner. And she says, my name is Mrs. Rosaline Tanner, a nationality of France. When my late husband was alive, we deposited the sum of $7 million with one of good banks here in Lome, Togo. Recently, my doctor told me that I will not last for the next 3 months due to my cancer problem. I want a personal church who will use this fund to churches, orphanages, research centres and widows propagating the word of God, and to ensure that the house of God is maintained. I don't want my family hard-earned money to be misused by unbelievers. And I know that I'm going to be in the bosom of the Lord. Bosom of the Lord. As soon as I receive your reply, I will give you a letter of authority. So there you go. Look, I've got a full side of A4 there. So that's $7 million from Rosaline Tanner. Let's add her onto the list. Rosaline, 7 million. I'll add it up next week and then I don't show myself up. Because you know what, my maths is as good as my geography. I've got another one as well, but they didn't actually commit to how much money they were going to donate. My name is Miguel Pigueno. I am a member of staff of the Angolan National Petroleum and Gas Agency. I am writing to extend a business request for you to have a role in a crude oil sales deal. Now, who's told them that I'm crude? Preposterous. Preposterous. I tell you, I'm going to have a tidy up in here. It's just a tip, honestly. So, right. So that's sadly they didn't commit to a quantity to add to the scam tally. But I've had shed loads of scams this week. So please, people, just be careful and watch out for the nutcases. Anyway, moving on to something far more cheerful. You may have noticed you may have noticed that Christine and Eric have been flirting on the sofa while they've been watching Brew at 2. Keeps telling her to move up. They're in 2 totally different places to the best of my knowledge. But let's just say that a beautiful friendship has blossomed as a result of watching Brew at 2. And it is a privilege and an honour. It is a privilege and an honour to have brought 2 such lovely people together by virtue of our Tuesday afternoon weird and wonderful, funny afternoon sessions. And I have a lovely photograph, which is why I needed the iPad. I have a lovely photograph of Eric and Chris out enjoying themselves on a razzle at a vintage French cafe, Cafe Rouge at Media City in Manchester, which I thought was very nice. So I'm just downloading it onto the iPad and I will show you the picture. It's a very nice picture. It's a very nice picture indeed. There you go. Look, I thought it was the Winter Gardens in Blackpool. It's very similar to the cafe. So because we do Brew at 2 on a Tuesday afternoon, Eric and Chris, excuse me, got together and enjoy random visits to random places when otherwise they might not have met. Just excuse me. D-boy.
What?
Do you want to come and take over a minute while I choke?
Yeah. Have you stopped?
Let me just gather my breath.
Oh dear, that's a bad one. I don't think I'm much better. So, the thing is, how do you stop your wife choking? You take your hands from around her throat. That's how you stop your wife choking. You alright?
Yeah, I'm alright.
She's alright. She's alright. I've checked up on her. How you doing?
Me,
How you
I'm
doing,
alright,
everybody?
boy.
No, I'm just chatting with my new friends.
Alright, okay.
Yeah. They're a decent bunch, aren't they? Hey? Oh, she's just sympathy. She's alright. Always grabbing the attention. Hey? Have you done scam tally? Because I've had loads.
You're supposed to be talking to them, not
My
me.
bank. I'm just checking you're all right. You're all right.
I have my vitamins.
You see, Jane sounds quite much when she's got a cold. I sound like Orville. Orville. I wish I could fly right up to the sky, but I can't. It's not good. So,
Now it's trying to break the phone. See, this is where the back's
pat her. Eric says, pat her on the back. Why? What have you done? What's she done? Has she done something good?
Right, you can move now.
Come on, I'm coming now.
Chip chop.
I'm sorry. It's gone from Brew at 2 to tea at 3.
I could have a refill, perhaps.
I'll do your refill.
Pushing me up now, aren't I?
Apparently, I've got to pat you on the back. Well done.
So I thought the
Would you like tea?
yes please. I thought the Eric and Christine story was lovely, and I'd just like to say that if anybody does end up becoming betrothed as a consequence of myself and Visit FYLDE Coast, I'd like to volunteer to be a bridesmaid, because I've never ever been a bridesmaid and always wanted to be a bridesmaid. I'm going to drink the rest of my sparkling
You'll need to
cola.
wear something other than this t-shirt though.
Why?
Can't be a bridesmaid with a Visit FYLDE Coast t-shirt on.
Rubbish. You'd want me as a bridesmaid in this, wouldn't you? Right, I've got myself back together. I did this in Coral Island yesterday. I've got a Coral Island video for you later this week. So I kind of got halfway through doing what I was doing, and all at once, oh, out came the cough. Just stops you in your tracks. But yes, somebody said earlier that it sounded like another version of COVID, and we've come to the conclusion it's COVID. So, right. Anyway, moving on. The lovely John has written us a poem. So, this is a very apt poem for anybody who might want to come on holiday on the northwest coast. And it's a bit of a longer one, but it's a good poem. So are you all sitting comfortably? Then I shall begin. If you decide to take your holiday on the northwest coast, make sure you come to Blackpool, where you'll enjoy it most. There's everything for everyone while you enjoy your stay, hoping that when you go home you'll return another day. Blackpool illuminations that shine our skies at night, maybe a lift to the top of the tower that will fill you with delight, or horror in my case. When you get out of the lift to sky what you will do, looking down onto the prom will make you go, phew! Just outside the tower and a walk across the road, you'll come to the comedy carpet with some famous phrases you'll know. North and South and Central Piers, been in Blackpool for donkey's years. Go and walk the Golden Mile with amusements and arcades. Or take your children on the beach with their buckets and their spades. A brand new prom to stroll down and take in the sea air. Or take a walk upon the sand or sit in a deck chair. Maybe take a tramcar from Stargate to Fleetwood. If you've never tried it, I recommend that you should. Even take the ferry from Fleetwood to Knott End. It's just across the estuary. Only £2 you will spend. And then he's put in brackets, one way. That's a cracker, that, John. I think that's absolutely excellent. Well done. I think that's one of the best ones that you've done, that. I really like that. I'm going to put that in my tray of things to save. Things to save for another day. No, I've not done the Joe Longthorne Museum yet, Carol. I've been in the bar. Is that the museum where there's his piano and all things on the wall? I think that might be it, is it? So that brings us on to birthdays. I think I stuffed myself up coughing. I think I need 2 returns to Nottingham. Seriously though, I've never been a big Fisherman's Friend fan. Blackcurrant, I think, is my go-to flavour. And they do help. They do definitely help when you've got a cough. Man, just down the road in Fleetwood. Somebody mentioned Orville when Kevin said he sounded like Orville. Did you know that Keith Harris lived just down the road from here in nearby Poulton? Yes, he did. I actually interviewed him on the telephone one day, a few years before he died. Not the dope, Keith Harris. It's quite nice, that. It's like that unbranded Coca-Cola that you buy. So, comment from Mark Dodsworth. In fact, I'll read this out when... Oh, he's here. He's here. Titty boy in training.
Yes.
Cheeky Chops Mark put a comment on one of our previous Brew at 2. Yeah, that's the one.
I made that.
Wow.
I made that.
Round of applause. Take it out. Take it out.
Mark Cheeky Chops.
Mark Cheeky Chops commented on one of our previous Brew at 2 programmes.
Yes.
Were you a refugee from reality that I took in?
Well, there's a story to that, isn't there? I only stayed for Christmas. I'm still here. Oh, I'm stuck on a bat now.
Don't start me off again.
No, let's not. You see, the thing is, I had to take over from her, but she's my backup in case I've lost my voice and I can't speak at State Blackpool show. So you take over, and what happens if you can't carry on?
I'll be panicking all afternoon now.
Oh well. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine,
What
Kevin.
can possibly go wrong?
Just wing it.
Yeah.
We're good at winging it.
Hey.
We're good at winging it. Right, that brings us on to birthdays. It's time for birthdays. I've gathered my composure. And I have a big... Mark says, have I heard of Dollywood? Yes, I have heard of Dollywood. I quite like Dolly Parton, actually. And Mark says, I think Jane should set up her own version, Rabbitwood. Pardon? What did you say?
I was laughing at it.
Oh. I thought you were saying something rude in the corner. So I need to start with sincere apologies. I need to start with sincere apologies. Because it was Ian Craven's birthday on the 28th of March, which was the week of last week's show when I wasn't firing on any cylinders at all, never mind coughing. So unfortunately Ian ended up getting missed, so please accept my apologies, Ian, and we will give you belated birthday wishes a week late. So happy birthday a week late, and I hope that you managed to get your birthday in the sunshine rather than this dreary weather that we're looking at now. Another drum roll and fanfare. On the 9th of April, which is Saturday, according to my diary, it is Stephen Gately's birthday. Are you with us, Stephen? I'll be surprised if you're not. Stephen, are you with us? Are you there? I'm sat waiting for you to reply. Oh, did I miss Stephen Goddard as well? Lorraine says it was Stephen Goddard's birthday on the 26th of March and we had a lovely visit to Blackpool. I didn't think that was in the book. I think, do you think I'm perhaps just losing my marbles? Yes, it is. It is. Stephen Goddard, 26th of March. I think I must have got well and truly across our body. Blame the cough. Blame the cough. I'm so sorry. So sorry. I don't think Stephen's with us, is he? Stephen Goddard is Stephen Gately is usually with us. But I'm sure he'll be having a lovely time. Where have I gone here? Oh, I'm getting in a right muddle. I'm in a middle muddle. Right, April, back in April. And on the 11th, which is next Monday, it is Russell Walkup's birthday. So happy birthday, everybody. I hope you have a lovely time. I hope the sun shines on you and you get a nice big slice of cake. So, I think, yes, they're both there. Ian's with us and Stephen's with us. I thought you'd be with us, Stephen. I thought you'd be with us. I'll just drink my last little bit of glitter because we need to make sure that we get all the glitter, don't we? I'll make sure that we swirl it all up into the last little bit in the... There you go. That's all the glitter gone. So I think that's it, people. Anybody got any questions? Anything anybody wants to ask? Anything anybody wants to say? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Any birthdays, send an email to jane@therabbitpatch.co.uk. If you want anything shouting out, doing, etc., you need to send an email. Send an email. I think you've been watching Brew at 2 for long enough now to know that I am what is technically known as a scatterbrain. Cezzy says, thank you for another great hour. It is my happy hour of the week. You are very welcome, Cezzy.
Happy hour, that's a good one, isn't it?
Happy hour. Yes. Richard says, where do the seagulls go at night? Well, that's a very good question, that. I'd like to know where they go. I think Homer and wife sleep on our flat roof. We've got a little bit of a flat roof over the top of our living room. I think they sleep up there. Calderdale says, can we have a look in the joke book? I'm sure we can have a look in the joke book. Let's have a flick through the joke book and pick a page at random. Oh. What's worse? Are you listening, Kevin?
Yes.
What's worse than finding a worm in an apple?
I don't know. What's worse than finding a worm in an apple?
Finding half a worm.
Oh. Disgusting.
That would be bad on so many levels, wouldn't it, that? Let's have another waffle in the book. Now, this is a very appropriate joke, Kevin. Are you ready? Are you listening?
Sorry, I was blowing my nose.
Are you listening?
I'm ready now.
Bearing in mind what I told you earlier about the call up from the doctors, what's the difference? This is for you, this. What's the difference between a hungry man and a glutton? One longs to eat and one eats too long. That's definitely, shall I write at the side of it, Kevin? Because I'm ticking them off as I've read them out to you. And here's an apt one. Here's an apt one for today and all the coughing that's gone off and all the snuffling. What's the difference between a photocopier and bubonic plague? Kevin? He's not listening.
Don't know.
One makes facsimiles and the other one makes sick families.
Oh.
I think that's definitely us. Right, on that note, I shall shut the book and we will depart to our finale, because I think I need to go and blow my nose. Don't think you want to listen to me blow my nose, do you? Would you like would you like to hear the funny story about the toilet roll to finish? You know how I'm right ladylike? Yeah. Well, I must have used 2 toilet rolls blowing my nose when all this started.
That's because you've got a big nose.
So I must admit I saved all the toilet roll that I'd used and dried it out. Used it in the bathroom. Much to Kevin's disgust.
I've now got visions of you going out, all this toilet, and pinning it on your line to dry it out. There's not a penny wasted in this house.
So to go in the Bristol stool chart, just hold that, and the glittery loo visits, just hold that thought until next week. we shall finish. We shall finish now, people, on our finale. I'll put my sparkly glasses on. Oh no, Kevin didn't go anywhere near the used toilet roll. Give over, Christine. Smiling is infectious. You'll catch it like the flu. When someone smiled at me today, I started smiling too. I passed around the corner and someone saw my grin. When he smiled, I realised I'd passed it on to him. I thought about that smile, then realised its worth. A single smile, just like mine, could travel round the earth. So if you feel a smile begin, don't leave it undetected. Let's start an epidemic, quick, and get the world infected. Don't forget, 5:45 tonight, premiere time. I'll see you later. Bye for now, folks. Bye.